And that cemetery is still there today. It's over 2,000 years old. And when the Jews made that cemetery, they made it close to the temple wall, for their belief is that when the Messiah would come and God would restore Israel, that the dead would be raised. And the dead in the cemetery, as they understood it, would all be up in the cemeteries looking at God return Jerusalem once again as the capital of David's city. And so Jesus, as he would have been on this donkey, would have passed by the cemetery. He would have taken a left and had gone through the Kidron Valley. He would have gone really close to Gehenna, the landfill that we know as hell. That was the adjoining valley. And then he would have taken a right, because you would now begin to make the ascent up the mountain that was Jerusalem. And there he would have gone to the golden and beautiful gate, which has now been closed up by the Muslims and the Ottoman Empire. But the gate is still there by that wall. And he would have gone up to that gate to go into the city at the beginnings of the temple court. As we hear the scripture today, Jesus is very deliberate in what he does. He knows, as it was beginning of Sabbath and also the beginning of the week of booths and also Passover, he knows that the images for the prophet Zechariah, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord, and they knew what they were talking about. One of the translations I read said king, but the translation of he, they would have understood being the Messiah. He knew that as they sang that, his disciples sang that, there would be no mistake from anybody of what he had been keeping secret up to that point. That the Messiah was coming to return to Jerusalem. It says that Jewish leadership was upset with the disciples singing the song from Zechariah. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. Save us is what the word Hosanna says. Save us. And so they go to Jesus and they admonish him. They say, tell your disciples to be quiet. My guess, it was not that polite. If you've been in Jerusalem for 5 days, you understand. People are not all that polite. And they would have been very strong about it. But Jesus makes an interesting point. He says, even if you would shut them up, the rocks